And that is why Huntsville Hamfest is freaking awesome. What is happening, gang? We are at Monte Sano for the Huntsville Hamfest 2025 at my primitive campsite here. Thought I'd give you a tour around and maybe go check out some other campsites. It is Wednesday. What is today? August 13th. I got here Monday night about 6 o'clock. Took me a little longer to come out here. It took me about 12 hours to get here from Huntsville to Huntsville. But I did stop at Natchez Trace Parkway in Mississippi, and I activated that just in the old Exploder. So that was awesome. Every time I cross that parkway, I want to activate it. I've driven on it before for like hundreds of miles. Absolutely beautiful. But now we are here at Monte Sano. It's been a little moist, as it were, but we're at the campsite, and this campsite is even bigger than I remembered it when I booked it last year. I was in a different campsite, but just to give you the full scope of it, let's go out here to the road and we can see. I basically have from the road, which I'm pretty much standing on right now, here's the loop that goes around, okay? And I basically have all of this, and then like the next campsite's way over there. So we set up the come and take it tent, little pop-up canopy in the middle, and then I'm like, you know what, let me park my car way the heck back there because I'm sleeping in the car, which has been quite nice other than the rain. But some things that have changed since last year. We got kind of the same setup, but last year I didn't have this Iceco cooler. This thing's been doing really well. Got it hooked up to the football battery box. This has been on since Monday at about 6 p.m. and now it's 8:30 on Wednesday. We're at 66%. So I'm basically getting about 25% a day I'm using out of that battery, or roughly 1 amp hour per hour for this big cooler. So that's been awesome. As far as cooking, last year, I just started getting into camping last year when I bought the Explorer. And I bought, just to come out here, this little Coleman burner thing, and it sucked. It sucked. So I returned it at Walmart. I had no idea Blackstones were as cheap as they are, so I ended up buying the Blackstone. This is the 22-inch griddle here, so I've been cooking on that. Bought the Blackstone seasoning and stuff last year and got it all nice and good. So this thing is awesome. I think I paid like $179 for this, which is awesome. And I bought a bunch of these propane tanks, and then I realized these don't last very long, so I've got 3 more down there. I have an actual big propane tank at home that I use, but I figured I might as well bring these little guys out just to use them up, and just been cooking eggs and sausages and burgers and stuff on this since I've been out here. Got some, spatulas and stuff, soap and all the accoutrement one would need to Blackstone. For water, last year, I had this 5-gallon Scepter can, but I didn't have any way to really get the water out of it. So I was just dumping it over for doing dishes, and by doing dishes this year, I mean literally cleaning this one spatula. But if you don't clean everything and throw your trash out at night before you go to bed, the rakins come out and they'll just destroy your campsite. So I learned that, and make sure you latch your cooler and just get rid of any food. But anyway, back to the water. I got this thing here. So this is cheap as hell, and I don't know how long it's gonna last, but this charges with micro USB, ew. But this is a pump with a little spout on it, and there's a tube that goes all the way down to the bottom. So you just push that, and you got water. And it's a decent flow, but it's low enough to where, I'll brush my teeth at night with this, and then just do, the dishes. And yeah, that's pretty awesome. So 5 gallons, no problem, lasted me all week. It's pretty sweet. So that is the camp setup. And then I've got, I have my Power Film, that's the Lightsaber Max. And then watch, I've got these lights in here. Oh, I need to turn this on, hang on. Somewhere there's a button, there it is. And then when it's nighttime, we have this dimmable light thing. So I get light at night, which is awesome. And then I've got these string lights for mood. So these little LED string lights, we can just push that, and you can see we got a little bit of ambiance. So at night, it is absolutely pitch black here. So I'll just turn these on just so I can locate my campsite when I'm riding back here. I've got this little e-bike thing that this company sent me. I'll be doing a review on that, but this thing's pretty awesome. So I am at like the very back of the primitive campsite, and it is just, and I forgot a freaking flashlight. So fortunately I have these little Olight iMini things. So I've been using that for a flashlight. I had my flashlight in my hand, and I'm like, no, I got flashlights. No, I don't. So don't forget a flashlight. That was stupid. So that's the camp setup, and then let me show you the living quarters, as it were. We've got our beautiful blue front porch here. Just a tarp that I brought to keep my car clean when I'm putting a bunch of crap in, but now it's going to be dirty when I leave. But I ended up getting a new mattress for the car. Last year, if you remember, I had this cool, really thin mattress that was like self-inflating, so I'd have a lot more headroom between the mattress and the roof. But the seats have like this kind of particle board thing that folds out and kind of makes a flat area. They're not very strong, and kind of just climbing in and out of here a bunch of times. Those broke, so this bigger mattress kind of spreads the load being me out better. But just got a sleeping bag on the bottom, and then this little whoopee here, and my Hebron fan, which I need to charge. This fan, dude, I've talked about this fan. This fan I keep on here when I'm sleeping. I went to bed, I was just absolutely beat yesterday. I was probably in bed by 8:30 or 9. I had this thing on low. I got out of bed around 6:45 this morning. This thing is still on. Like, the battery just lasts on this thing. It's got a little remote control here. You can turn it on and off like that, okay? And that is like a magnet there that stays on. You've got a little light somewhere on here. Maybe it doesn't want to work because I'm trying to illustrate something, but there it is. So, little light there, that's cool. So, it gets pretty stuffy in here. I'm kind of thinking I might need to get one of those Gazelle pop-up tents. It's raining again. It's been raining the last 2 days. I think tomorrow's gonna rain, which is Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday are supposed to be nice. So that's that. And then I got that, this Afery power bank thing here that I reviewed. I absolutely love that. That's just sitting in the cup holders back here, and now I'm charging my Mesh-tastic, whatever the heck that, Seed Studio T1000 and my MacBook Air. And yeah, that's that. And I'll continue the tour when it stops raining. None of that rain stuff. It's still raining, but not that hard. So let's see, where were we? There's so much stuff in my car right now. So I've brought a crap ton of stuff to give away. I basically just cleaned out my closets. So at the pavilion on Friday, I got all kinds of stuff. I've got a whole bunch of these Gigaparts Explorer insert things for the Explorer bag. I've got like 4 HTs, like 2 Baofangs, 2 TID radio, something or others. PowerFilm sent me a Lightsaber Max to give away. I've got another little PowerFilm, just like charger thing. I basically had to throw everything in my front seat so I could sleep, but usually I'll kind of do a dance of throwing some stuff in the back so I can get to my clothes and my toiletry stuff and all that, and then I'll just throw that back there for the day. Usually I can just leave it out here because it's not raining, but last couple days, you know. And got some snacks and Pringles and whatever. I've got, I think, 6 PowerFilm solar panels down here that I'll be giving away. So that's cool. And I think that's about it for the car. Oh, no, it's not. Because underneath my mattress, basically underneath everything. Here's the solar panels I was gonna use. Oh, so if you were watching, I made a couple of videos like trying to figure out what solar panel configuration and everything I wanted to use out here to keep my battery topped off when I'm for my cooler. And I specifically chose this spot last year. I basically just drove around or rode around the primitive campsite, and I found this spot because that right there. That's about the most open canopy. It doesn't look quite as big on camera, but it's still not that big, but that's the canopy. So I don't know exactly where the sun falls, but I think it's kind of right around here and then over by the fire pit. So I did bring a 20 amp charger just in case, but basically with the configuration I have now, I can get 4 days out of my 100 amp hour battery box. And assuming that I looked at the weather, I haven't looked at it today yet, but Friday and Saturday are supposed to be nice again. So I might be able to get enough power to keep the cooler on until Friday, and then I can throw the solar panels out. Otherwise, I'll just bring the battery box to someone's campsite and plug it in to my charger and charge that. But getting back to what's underneath the car, or where I'm sleeping, you can't really see it, but I cleaned out the closets, and I have so many batteries that I don't use, and I have enough batteries for what I need to do at home. So basically, I brought all of my surplus 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate batteries. So these two are Bioenos, and then like all under there and underneath the back seats are like every 100 amp hour battery that I have that I don't use. So I'm just gonna give those away. Got some minis, got some kind of regular sizes. So it's gonna be a fun time giving away stuff. And you know, a lot of times people ask me, what do you do with all that free stuff you get? Well, they sit in my closet for a year, and I bring them to Huntsville Hamfest or Dayton because we drive. I don't bring anything to Florida because I fly, and I give most of the stuff away. You know, some people are like, oh, you should sell that. I'm like, well, dude, I get it for free. I make the videos. Some things I keep, but like, you know, it's cool to get free stuff, and it's even cooler, I think, to give stuff away to people who don't have YouTube channels and get free stuff. So, you know, it makes me feel good in the cockles of my heart. So that's what we're doing. I got all kinds of, there's even more stuff probably in there that I'm not even thinking of. So that's kind of the tour of camp. So I don't know, let's take a bike ride and see what else is going on. And it's just a short bike ride from camp to the most important building in the park, the bathrooms. Let's go inside. Let's see if anyone's pooping. So it's pretty nice. They've got washers and dryers here, so you can do your stuff. $1.50 for the washer. It's like $1 for the dryer. And then hopefully no one's in here. Got sinks and stuff for your morning ablutions. They got showers. So there's 3 showers in the men's. So very nice, very nice. And then I assume the women's looks similar, except probably don't have a urinal. And then, you know, baby changing station, and that's it. So when we leave the bathroom, that is Jason's camper. Looks like he left. They might have gone to breakfast or something. Nobody told me. That's okay. I'm not hungry. So yeah, that's what's going on right now. So the cool thing about Huntsville Hamfest, and if you watch any of our live streams, oh, Bill's here. A lot of us say, you know, this is not the biggest Hamfest in the world. It's not. But for a lot of us, this is like the most fun Hamfest, and it's because of this. It's because of Monte Sano State Park. Right now, on Wednesday, it's still pretty empty. When I got here on Monday, there were only, I would say, less than 10 people in this entire campground. And there's more. People are starting to trickle in. A few people came yesterday, Tuesday, and more people will be coming today and tomorrow. But this entire park will be absolutely full. There will not be any empty parking or campsites like that. And it will be full of hams. And that is the great thing. So imagine being in a whole campground just full of people that you have stuff in common with, people you call friends, people that you see every year at the Hamfest, people you meet who are new, who are just coming out for the first time. And it's just awesome. Here, let's go down here. There's more stuff. So all these empty campsites are going to be full. And you'll see all kinds of antennas. Hopefully we'll see more antennas. I don't know if you guys will. As people start getting here and as the weather clears. I haven't put up any antennas. I was going to put up a 2-meter J-pole yesterday, but like literally right when I attached the mast to my pop-up canopy, it started raining, so I just took it down. So yeah, you get to see all kinds of cool campers. See, he's got a little pop-up camper. There's a little one of those teardrop kind of things. It's just really cool. And I love camping. I love being outside. So this rain doesn't bother me. It's just absolutely awesome. And it's a party. It's a week-long ham radio party. And that is why Huntsville Hamfest is freaking awesome. There's the store / check-in / reservations. And then as we leave our campsite, we can go left to the planetarium, or we can go right. Do not go over 15 miles per hour in here. Julian, who is the park ranger, who is also a ham, and he's also a really awesome person. He's really cool. Just don't speed. There's a lot of trails in here. See this trail crossing here? Little kids crossing on their bikes. If you're speeding in here, you will have a bad day if Julian catches you. 15 miles an hour, even though I'm going 18 miles an hour. But I talked to Julian, and bikes don't count, just cars. I'm not gonna kill a little kid on my bike. Hopefully not anyway. So then we turn left here. Is it here? I think. Where, no, I don't think it is. Maybe it is. Where the pavilion is. No, that's not, is it? Yeah, this is it. So this is where we have, this is where the Friday event will be. Looks like a couple people are, I think Dave, KB5UTY, is giving a Meshtastic presentation. Imagine that. Guy frickin' lives for Meshtastic. There's the KB5UTY mobile there next to Jason's. And then here's some kids. Look at there. Is this the APRS convention?
It starts at 3.
And there's my arch nemesis Cam 4ACK. That's enough camera time for him. And then there's actually some cabins back there as well, I think, but there's more cabins back here where a lot of our friends will be staying. So we just turned left out of the pavilion and we're driving down this street now. Got cabin 6 and 7 down there. And like literally all of these, all the campsites, all the cabins, everything will be full of hams. So if you're planning on coming out, if you haven't been here before, you can only book like a year out at the most. There's the cabins. But get a cabin or a campsite reserved, like, you know, now. So this park is both a Parks on the Air and a Summits on the Air because we're on top of a mountain. And somewhere up here, I think there's a trail to get to the actual summit, like where the marker is. But at the pavilion where we're at, it's still like within the, what is it, 25 meters, whatever. So you can actually activate the summit from the pavilion. So that's pretty cool. And then we're at the end. Foot bike traffic only. I've not been up here. Let's see what's up here. Oh, I bet that's where Julian lives. That's nice. And I don't feel like going any further down here, so yeah, that's that. So now going back, there's the office, and down there are the campsites. But if we stay down here, we have a scenic overlook and a planetarium. Here, it's actually a planetarium and observation something or other. So they have like telescopes and stuff that you can look through, assuming it's clear. Planetarium show every Saturday at 7:30 p.m., followed by telescope observing. And we found out, like Saturday is kind of the only day they do this. So this year's kind of squashed, but next year we found out that we can get a private tour of the planetarium for like $250. So do the math. I mean, there's like, I don't know, probably 100 of us up here. So if even like a quarter of us want to, I mean, it's stupid cheap. It'd be like $5 to get our own private thing. So we're going to try and do that next year, because this is the 5th year that we've been coming up here and we have not gone to the planetarium yet. So I really want to do that. Let's go take a look at the lookout, even though it's foggy and we won't be able to see anything, but it's right there. So why not, you know, give you the nickel tour here. You clicked on the video, you might as well click on the subscribe button too. How's that for a shameless plug? So then over here is the scenic lookout, and when it's not cloudy or foggy, it is absolutely gorgeous. We might be able to see something. Not really, but you know, you can get out here and sit on a bench with your loved one, or all by yourself if you're like me and all alone. And yeah, that's it. So that is the scenic lookout. So now just a teaser. This will be the final thing that I share with you in this video. I am about to go down the mountain to Gigaparts. I have a meeting there with Robbie, the owner, and Jeff, who's another one of the guys that works at the corporate office there. And we're going to talk about developing a bag for the FTX/705, because when I bought the 705, I'm like, we got to have a bag. And Yeshu's not making one, and ICOM's bag is ridiculously expensive. I found this one on Amazon for like 30 bucks. I love it, but it's made for photography. It's not made for ham radio. So I kind of want to take this concept and kind of work and collaborate with Gigaparts in getting an Explorer bag that's going to be more tailored to ham radio. And I'm kind of thinking just copying this, but like we got to have Molly on here for hanging stuff. So I'm thinking maybe some Molly here. Definitely got to have some Molly on the straps so we can hang our HTs, and hopefully we can get it so the Molly is kind of angled. So when you're wearing the pack, you can put your HT on it and the antenna won't be poking you in the face there. And maybe some other things, but you know, I'm probably going to think, I like this idea with this buckle here. I think this needs to be a little bit lower, because like this is this is the spike that Sean over at Dude Tested makes, and it kind of doesn't fit in here real well. The masts fit in here real well, but or maybe just get rid of this and just have Molly on here so we can use some like those Night Eyes ties or something like that. That might actually be the route that I want to go, but having some elastic on either side like we have on this, just kind of taking this idea and improving it. So hopefully we'll have some kind of K8 MRD signature 705/FTX bag coming here in the future. So we're working hard here at Ham Radio Tube to bring you the products that you like. And oh, Gigaparts also has a new thing. If you use code K8MRD on anything that you buy at Gigaparts, and you have an account, create an account, you get double points for everything. So they're kind of switching away from like the 5% discount on like certain items to you're just going to buy something, you're going to get double points using code K8MRD, and then those points can be used to like kind of unlock discounts for other things, if that makes sense. I'm kind of still learning about it. We just had a meeting on Zoom the other day about that. So we're kind of getting away. Like Messi and Poloni, ABR, you can still use code MP10 to get 10% off of the coax if you want to do that. But like all the other stuff, just use code K8MRD for like anything you buy at Gigaparts and you get double points. So that's all we got for now. We'll be making more videos. Hopefully I can get this edited and uploaded because there's no internet here on the mountain. So it's Wednesday at 9:42 right now. So hopefully in some amount of hours, you guys will be watching this very video that I'm filming right now. In the meantime, my name is Mike, K8MRD, at the top of Monte Sano in Huntsville, Alabama. Thanks for watching Ham Radio Tube. We'll see you next time. 73.